Alright folks, welcome back to another Budget Buster Budget Gem. Got another unboxing and amp dyno for you. This might look a little familiar, and that's because this box has got another Infinity reference amp in it. If you remember, a couple of weeks ago I did the REF704A, and that one got me curious enough to say, you know what, I want to see how the 4-channel amp goes. Can you, for very little money, have two matching amplifiers that both perform very well? Can you be out of the deal sub $300? This amp is, you can find anywhere for about 149 bucks. I've seen them as low as 99 bucks and 129 bucks. Regular price is 199. Pretty good value in a 4-channel. This is rated at 70 watts by 4 channels RMS, and you know, Infinity makes a good product. What can I say? I was really impressed by every single JBL and Harman amplifier I've tested so far, and I want to see right now, does this continue that trend? So let's just jump into it. Let's open her up. Let's hook it to a dyno. And let's find out now, for under 300 bucks, can you actually have one heck of an amplifier system with both a 5-channel that performs really well and a 4-channel that performs really well? So let's open up, let's see what comes in the box. Very similar to what came in the 551A. You have your reference series owner's manual. You have some of your high-low input adapters. Thankfully in a plastic bag, so I don't feel bad about opening these. You have spare fuses and those high input adapters. These are nice, they come with it, and they're not like wires you have to strip. You get to input your speaker wire directly in there and then plug straight into your RCAs. Of course, you have some Infinity stickers. Infinity stickers and some mounting screws. So that's good. And of course, you have a very oversized owner's manual in here. It's going to talk about a lot of different things in a lot of different languages, because Harman is a very, very big company, and therefore they got to be in Chinese, Mandarin, Korean, French, Spanish, Portuguese, everything. It's got to be in here. Let's see if I can find the ratings real fast. Again, I already know it. It's 70 watts by 4 RMS at 4 ohms, and 100 watts by 4 at 2 ohms. And of course, you can bridge it and be 200 watts by 2 at 4 ohms. And I'm not seeing the ratings in here. I'm in the connections section. Alright, it's in here, trust me. Okay, and of course, one amplifier. Let me undo these stickers. Yeah. Uh-oh, we get some tearage. We have tearage. Don't get too mad at me, folks. It's coming. There we go. One pretty nicely sized amplifier. These are not Class D amplifiers. These are supposed to be Class AB. Pretty sleek looking. This design is love or hate. You know, I happen to like it. I had some people that mentioned when they saw the reference amp, they said that's kind of an ugly looking amp. I think it's pretty nice. You know, it's definitely not your average run-of-the-mill black or silver, even though it is kind of black and silver. It doesn't have that typical look. Going along this side, everything's nice and concealed. Helps if I show it to you. Everything's nice and concealed along here, so you're going to have a clean look. This is 4-gauge inputs for your power and ground. Your remote terminal's right there. You have 60 amps worth of fusing behind this little panel. You have your rear speakers over here. These look to be about, I'm gonna say 8 or 10 gauge over on this side for your rear, and this is for your front. Now, like all reference amplifiers, this is a very basic, very basic. Did I say basic? I can't say it enough. Basic setup for an amplifier. You are not going to get a lot of band, you're not going to get band passing. You are not going to get options of subsonic filters. You're not going to get options for phase shifting. You're not going to get a lot of options, okay? In fact, you have the option of, do you want to have a low pass filter or not? And that is pretty much it. Now, it does have some different things in there. You can use this with an ADAS system. ADAS is some vehicles now come with what they call an ADAS plug. So basically, this could replace your factory amplifier by just plugging into this, okay? So there wouldn't be a lot of cutting or splicing. It would literally be plugging and connecting, and that's pretty much it. Has a Halo Sonic plug here. I have no idea what that does. I read about it online. I still don't know what that does, okay? You have individual gains for your rear and your front. As I said, here's your low pass filter for both the front and rear. You can do a high pass. What it's set to, I have no idea. I guess I gotta read the manual if I wanna know that. Over here, you have your crossover again, high pass, front, whatever you wanna do. You have your input level, low or your high, and of course your RCA ins and an RCA output as well. So if you are, let's say you are running a subwoofer along with this and you only get 4 RCAs as an output, you can plug them all into here and then output to your subwoofer. There is no summing function on this, so I don't know if I'm going to be able just to plug in 2 and have all 4 channels play. I'm going to try because I'm lazy and I don't really want to dig out more RCAs for amp dynoing than I have to, but we're going to find that out. So as I said, I mean, there's not really a lot to talk about this amp at this point. We're going to hook it up onto a dyno. We are going to find out the actual wattage, and then I'll give you the final results at the end. All right, so I will see you after the tests. Folks, just got the Infinity Reference 704 done testing here, so I'm going to give you some of my final thoughts as well as a couple of quick points of clarification from some of the comments I made earlier on in the video. All right, first, as for the test results, how I thought they came about, the amp performed very well. As you saw, it does overrated power at both 4 ohms and 2 ohms, so you're going to get even more than what you paid for when you pick up one of these amps. So very nice job. Again, these are not a lot of money. I think you can pick these up anywhere from $100 to $150 regularly. You can find them all day for 129 bucks, which for a 4-channel with this kind of output and this kind of brand pedigree behind it, I mean, I really don't think you can go wrong. Only thing would be if you are into some of the extras, like, you know, you need a subsonic filter, you want band passing, you want all these different bells and whistles that come with some of these other amplifiers. Nope, not in here. So this is very much, you want an amplifier to drive 4 channels or 2 channels in stereo. Okay, that's what you get. If you're looking for a bunch of fancy processing and filtering and everything else, not the one to get. Don't get this. But I do like it. I don't typically use a lot of that filtering when it comes to my 4 channels, so I can control that all at my head unit. So me, I like it. Solid job. Points I wanted to clarify on this amplifier. For starters, you can see here, or in the background, I did plug in another set of RCAs in here versus my standard 2, because I did find out the channels are not internally summed. So you cannot just plug in 2 RCAs and get 4 channels of output like you can on some other amplifiers. If you look at like the Precision Power P900.4 or the Soundstream Tarantula Nano, I think it's the TN4 900D. Both of those are pretty much the same amplifier. Both are pretty good 4 channels as well. Those do offer internally summing. Same thing with the NVX JAD 800.4. Those are all pretty much the exact same amplifier, but they do offer internally summing, and they're not much more money than one of these. So if that's important, you might want to look away from one of these amps. But you can always get an RCA splitter, and you know, you'd still be fine if you don't have 4-channel RCA outs. Next point, I mentioned the ADAS system at the beginning and said that this was a system that will allow you to connect to your factory system. That is completely wrong. I was way off base on it. In between that initial unboxing and now, I've learned ADAS is nothing at all like that. Made an assumption, and you know what you say when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. And I did that. So, ADAS is actually some type of alert broadcast that will take precedent over your regular signal that's input. So in other words, if there's some type of emergency alert and the ADAS system picks it up and you have that system plugged in, it'll broadcast that alert over your speakers instead of your tunes. I don't know where you picked one of those systems up. I don't know anything about it other than that, obviously, because I got it wrong right from the beginning. But that's what that system does. Also, Halo Sonic, I did figure out what that thing is. That is actually a noise cancellation system, so that could be pretty cool to have that available plug-in on one of these. There's not a lot of amplifiers that will work like that. So how that works is there's a Halo Sonic system that Harman sells. I don't know where you buy it. I don't know where you pick it up from. It's out there. You can get that. You can plug it right into the back on one of these, and you'll have a noise cancellation system, kind of like your Bose Quiet Comfort headphones or one of those. Again, if that's important to you, this could do it. I don't really care about that stuff. Quite frankly, if we're looking at budget amps, I don't think you're going to be looking at $200 add-ons, if that's what it costs, to a $100 amplifier. That seems silly to me, but hey, to each their own. So, final thoughts on this amplifier. I like it. I think it's a solid amp. I think it's well designed, well engineered. I think it does exactly what it's supposed to do. It's rated as it's supposed to be. Nice job by Infinity or Harman. Again, very affordable. Feel free to look them up. You can pick them up on Amazon. You can look at them on Crutchfield. Typically will have sales on these. You can pick them up directly from Harman. If you don't like the looks of this is the exact same amplifier as the JBL Club 704. Feel free to look at that one. And the same thing even with the reference 551A, that's also the same thing as a Club 551 or 55001, whatever that's called. So those are exact same amplifiers as this, just different looks. Again, I prefer the look of the Infinity, and that's just me personally. Everyone's got their own personal tastes. So that's it, pretty much. 2 thumbs up for me for the Infinity again. Solid product, and I'm off to find more amplifiers to test. So, thanks for watching.